Holy shit. I shouldered my backpack as the plane unloaded in Dallas. It was heavier than usual. She had advised me to put my regulator in the bag and carry it with me. The rest of my diving gear was checked. I was pulling my scuba diving gear bag off the conveyor as I saw her dancing toward me. Not dancing, but hurrying with a light step. I stepped toward her, dropped my bags, and we flowed together into an embrace. I had one hand on my back and the other entwined in her hair. She had her arms wrapped around me and her face in my chest. We parted and held hands and looked into each other's face. I knew the curve of her face, but it was animated. There was an angelic smile on her cherry lips. No photo did justice to her sparkling blue eyes and her alabaster skin. We were touching and meeting for the first time, but we were no strangers. Hurry, she breathed. I gathered my gear and followed along beside her. She had parked just outside baggage claim, heedless that she might be ticketed and towed. I dropped my gear into the back of her garish purple Jeep next to hers. We took off. The top was down. Her long, fiery red hair was blowing in the warm Texas wind. The stereo was blasting music. She sang along, her classically trained voice melodic and strong. "Let's get Mexican food," she said, needlessly. She stopped at a trendy Mexican restaurant. We ordered our food and margaritas. We sat, touching hands and gazing at each other. There was conversation, but the words drifted away, ignored, as we were in each other's presence for the first time. We gulped our margaritas and lingered over the food. In the lobby, I took her hand and pulled her close. We kissed our first kiss. It was a meeting of lips that was passionate, full of promise and hope. It left one thing to be desired, more. We made out like teens in the Jeep. I whispered, "I adore you," into her ear. She sighed. Time got away from us, but we were on a mission. "We better go," I said. She drove like a maniac to the airport parking lot. We practically ran to the counter to drop off our checked bags. We flashed our passports and our boarding passes as we arrived just in time for our flight to Grand Cayman, a Caribbean scuba diving mecca. She had booked our seats side by side. We sat back and relaxed for the first time. She laid her head on my shoulder. It was still there with my arm around her when we landed. This was shaping up to be a pretty wild first date. A first date between two people who knew each other from the inside out. We had met online in a singles chat room in the nascent days of the internet. People with self-assigned nicknames, self-defining and self-aggrandizing, exchanging body messages and banter and other sorts of things in chat rooms that were designated as 30-something or 40-something or by other themes. They came and they went, desperate singles, pretending, talking, messages flowed, questions and answers and statements. They came together in a stream of nonsense. Late one night, Dolphin Girl and I got into a private chat. Prometheus and Dolphin Girl, not a likely pair, elementally different, fire and water. We got honest, we got candid, we got infatuated, we got real to each other. The chat led to phone conversations, and it culminated when Dolphin Girl said, "I want to go on a dive vacation again." "Let's go together," I responded. I can book a killer resort dive package if you come to Dallas. Book it, I said. And we did, and that led to a 4-year love affair full of romance and adventure. It led to the road to Hana in Maui, and to a bicycle ride down Haleakala to the North Shore. It led to Vancouver and Daytona. It led to Australia and canoeing through the rainforest. It led to a hot air balloon ride in the tablelands. It led to diving the Great Barrier Reef and the Coral Sea. It led to a shark feeding. It led to the beaches of Rio de Janeiro. It led to St. Pete's Beach. It led to a New Year's in New Orleans, where she sang Auld Lang Syne at midnight in a fancy restaurant with an uproar in the streets around us as people celebrated. It led to a wonderful relationship, to a meaningful relationship. It led to romance in the internet age. Thank you.